welcome back to my channel. Today it is more Valentine's Day makeup. I will be showing you how I did this smoky eye date night Valentine's Day look. So don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and let's get on with the video. Right, first things first, my Revolution Matte Fix and Primer, and pop that everywhere. Then going straight in with my Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer in the shade C1, and then my Revolution Conceal and Define Foundation in the shade F5. So let's get painting. Going for full coverage today, so just gonna slap a whole load of this on everywhere. My concealer is actually running pretty low. Oh my goodness, really low. That sucks. Come on, let's get you out. I honestly get through these concealer sticks so quickly. Get a moist beauty blender and start dabbing away. Now that we are nice and blended, I'm going to move on to the Revolution Ultra Contour Palette. We have a nice little fluffy and slightly angled brush here, and I'm going to tap this white powder, which is nearly gone, and pop that on the more highlighted areas of my face, so my nose, forehead, chin, and under the eyes. This also helps with oil reduction. And then getting this flat brush and going in with the palest shade of brown, and I'm just going to use this to start drawing on my contour lines, which we will then darken in a minute. We then have a slightly fluffier and more dense brush, and I am going to tap on the darkest shade and just tap that in to the part of my cheek closest to my ear and bring that up slightly. Tap a little bit in here too. There we go. We now have this flat-headed dense brush, which is my personal favorite brush for blending out powder contour. It just does it so smoothly and effortlessly. Here I'm going to use the side of the brush to ensure that we're keeping somewhat of a line there, and sort of blend it up and then down around my jawline as well. Time for some highlight. Just got your standard fan brush, using this white gold highlight at the top here. I then get my finger and tap a little bit on my nose and then on my cupid's bow, because you get a stronger pigment of highlight. It's also nice just to tap a little bit around here too. This is Valentine's date night. We want to be glowy. And there we are. Skin is pretty much done now. We are going to move on to eyebrows. My eyebrows do actually need a little bit of a pluck, but I've decided not to do that for today. If I were using a pomade, you want to have nice clean cut eyebrows, but today I just want to use my brow gel so that they remain looking fluffy and textured. It's more of a natural look for your eyebrows, and I think I prefer it really. So I'm just gonna brush them out first, just so the hairs are like pretty much in the right place, because you don't want to be applying the brow gel whilst trying to place the eyebrow hairs at the same time. It's not gonna go well. So then I have the Revolution Brow Gel in Warm Brown, and we're gonna start just before my arch. This is the darkest point of the brow, and then bring that down here. Same on the other side. And I've smudged it. And then, very lightly, I'm going to do the inner eyebrow hairs. There we go. Can you see that texture? I think it looks good. And there we go. A natural, fluffy brow look. Right, we can get started on the eyeshadow now. Today I'm using an old school palette. We have got the Morphe 35F palette. This is Fall Into Frost, I believe it's called. This is one of my favorite palettes of all times. I've had it for years now, and I still love it. Oh, look at that. I mean, it's mucky and well used, but the colours are so pigmented, it just lasts for so long. I absolutely love it. And this is my favourite eyeshadow colour palette ever. It's just me to a T. So, first up, look at my brushes. We are gonna go for this brush. It is fluffy, but it is small, and it has got a certain amount of thickness to it, so it does apply quite strongly whilst still having a little bit of a fluff. So we're gonna go for this palest orangey shade here. I'm afraid I can't tell you what they're called. I don't even know if they have names, but that's what we're going for, and I'm just gonna coat my brush in it, and I am going to follow the crease of my eye, and we're kind of tapping to begin with because my eyelids are still somewhat sticky. And then the other side. This is kind of our base colour, although we're not going to put it all over the eyelid, but this is just starting to build up a little bit of a colour. Now I'm going to darken that slightly and use this one here. It's still very warm toned and slightly orangey, but just that little bit darker. So we're just going to tap that on, and you can see that the colour is getting slightly darker and warmer now. Now that the colour's all applied, I'm going to get my blending brush and just very lightly blend that in smoothly. Now I'm going for a flatter brush, and we're going to start to get darker. So we're going to use these two colours together. This one has a reddish warm tone and this one is much colder. We're going to blend them together. We are just going to very lightly tap that on to my lid. Doesn't matter that it's messy, we'll blend it in a bit. I'm going to get this first brush, which will still have remnants of the original colour, and blend it in like so. And this one. Try and get rid of this little bit of fallout here. There we go. And now, using a smaller flat brush, we are going to mix this warm colour with the black. And I'm applying that all the way across my lash line. And we're now going to blend it in. I'm really lightly blending this because you want to keep the graduation of colours. You just want the transitions to be smooth. Now I'm going to get this tiny, tiny angled flat brush, and I'm just going to apply some more black. We are applying this black to the outer corner, angling it upwards towards the end of my eyebrow. And blend. There we go. Now we need a bit of concealer, and I'm just gonna place some here and get the beauty blender again and use this edge to neaten out the eyeshadow line here. Now we're going to apply a little bit of eyeshadow on my lower lash line. So we're going to go back to that very first brush from before, and we're going to use those first two colours. We're going to use this one and this one. And we're just going to take this all the way across the lower lash line. And blend. Now, we want to highlight the inner corner of my eye. So this is one of my favourite ever eyeshadows to do this with, just because look at the pigment of that. Morphe palettes are just so pigmented. So I'm just going to get it on my finger and just lightly tap it in to the corner there. We're actually going to tap a little bit up here too. There, we now have nice bright looking eyes. I'm going to apply some blush. This is my NYX blush. It is called Summer. It's high definition brush. So big old blush brush here. Just tap it on the very sort of front of your cheek. a different place to where your contour is. There we go. So time to do the lashes. We have Revolution Wispy Faux Mink Lash, current all-time favorites. So I'm just going to apply these and I'll see you in a second. Lashes are on. Okie dokie. Now I have my Revolution Wispy Lash Mascara and I'm just going to put a very small amount on my lower lash line just to even the balance out a little bit. I'm also, oh, I should have done this first. I'm actually going to grab my L'Oreal Matte Super Liner to just darken up this under eye a little bit more. The lack of shimmer here is really throwing me off. I normally have something super shimmery and this is just very neutral tones. Oh, lash glue is still drying, so don't worry about that. We're gonna do lipstick. My favorite red lipstick, NYX Liquid Suede, and it is number 3. It's Cherry Skies. There you go, Cherry Skies is what it's called. You need red lipstick on Valentine's Day, so let's do that. Love this lipstick. So the only thing now is you need to spray it all up. Bit of setting spray, Revolution Matte Fix Oil Control setting spray. I need oil control everything. I now just need this lash glue to dry and not to be a white line on my eyelid anymore. But anyway, there you go. We have a smoky date night Valentine's Day makeup look. Not that we can go anywhere on Valentine's Day this year, but you could still look like this at home. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, please subscribe, and I will see you again soon. Bye bye.